Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy P, also known as Captain P67. We're here today for some reaction content from my amazing community that I have. So we got a big shout out to Mr. Lord Behemoth and Mr. Tubby, and also Air Dragon was talking about this Path of Exile as well. I haven't played Path of Exile myself yet, but I'm very open-minded. I have a lot of Path of Exile members that join my community and play when join when I stream as well. So I'm still looking out for new games. I'm always like looking at new content. I did watch Exile that's my kind of introduction to Path of Exile 2. That looked phenomenal. But without further ado, we're going to have a trailer reaction, live reaction to Path of Exile Affliction content reveal. It is 32 minutes long. So get your popcorn ready, get your chicken ready, and whatever else you might be having while you're enjoying. And let's get to the video, people. I'm not going to react crazily to certain things, but let me just see how I get on and we'll flow with it. It should be hype. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. Thanks for joining us for today's Path of Exile live stream. We have a packed show today with announcements for Path of Exile 2, as well as the exclusive unveiling of Path of Exile Affliction, which launches on December 8th on PC and Mac and on December 13th on console.
Okay.
Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream, so make sure you follow the instructions below in order to claim your Huntsman wings.
Twitch drops.
We'll start with Path of Exile 2,
Wings look
which
okay.
will walk you through our latest
Nothing crazy, but I mean they're free.
Mark will then take you on a deep dive into the new Path of Exile Affliction Challenge League, which launches in 1 week.
This is a league that you guys tell me about.
Mechanics,
okay.
its rewards, some new content we're adding to the core Path of Exile experience, and some large metagame changes. I'll then show you our annual core supporter packs, and we'll head into our live Q&A session where Ziggy D will ask us your questions from Twitch chat. After the live stream, we'll drop the full patch notes.
I'd like to hand over to Jonathan Rogers, Game Director of Path of Exile 2.
Hey guys, it's been a few months since we introduced you to the Druid in Path of Exile 2. But one of the things we're really focusing on now is how varied each of the classes feels to play. The Monk darts around quickly from enemy to enemy, building and unleashing combos.
Monk looks
He
amazing.
doesn't stay in combat, he loses momentum and has to build it up again.
Oh, okay. Always moving, always moving. That's good, but some instances you will be staying still because you want to obviously wait. If you're fighting a certain boss, I guess, you wait for a mechanic to finish.
The Warrior, on the other hand, is like a slow but unstoppable freight train. A warrior commits to big attacks and relies on stunning his enemies to stay safe in the thick of combat.
Yeah, Warrior looks
When the
awesome.
opening presents itself, a warrior can use even larger attacks to demolish his enemies.
Looks really cool, the Warrior. Slash! Or smash!
The Huntress seamlessly moves from melee to ranged combat.
Oh,
in battle.
Huntress though!
The true damage potential of the Huntress is only unlocked when you learn to combine ranged and melee abilities.
Javelin Pill Sentinel, let's go! They must have been watching my videos, my YouTube videos, let's get it. Sheesh, let's go, Huntress!
And then there are the Spellcasters. The Sorceress is a pure caster who much prefers to stay at range and drop powerful spells on their foes.
Oh, okay, that
If she
was dope.
finds
That
herself
was dope.
surrounded by enemies,
360
she would rather use
reverse
an ability to
fireball
escape
slam.
than to take them on directly.
Electrics, let's get it.
The Druid is also a spellcaster, but unlike the Sorceress, he uses his spells as a means to support his melee abilities. And by melee abilities, we mean he can turn into a giant animal and rip his enemies to pieces.
Yeah, they told me about the mercenary already, dude, so I'm just kind of waiting for that to pop up at some point. Let's go. Oh, you got him on a broken stage.
Each of these classes feels extremely different to play.
They definitely look
but we want to
different.
go even
That's
further.
very
It's time
versatile.
to check out the Mercenary.
Yeah, buddy, let's go.
There's not a job out there I won't take, so long as the pay's good and a crossbow can solve it.
Crossbow for the win. Ching ching. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Okay, okay. Yeah, buddy, that
I'll
looks
take
dope.
them all down, one bolt at a time.
When thinking about each new class, we really try to think about how we can make combat feel different from all the others.
Absolutely.
For the Mercenary, that difference is the crossbow.
Yeah,
The
man.
crossbow is fundamentally different than a regular bow because it fires instantly instead of needing to be drawn back.
That's right.
This means that
And
you
he's
need
got
to
variation of
immediately
fire as well.
clicking the fire button should make the character shoot instantly, just like in a shooter. As soon as we experience that, we realize that there are a lot of design lessons to learn from shooters, and so we fully embrace them. In Path of Exile 2, we have crossbows that work like sniper rifles,
Yep.
shotguns,
Yep.
and assault rifles.
The assault rifles will be fun. Yeah. Maybe some ricochet bullets or something like that. That'd be
But in
pretty
order
cool.
to really get shooter-like gameplay, we wanted to go further. In Path of Exile 2, we now support WASD movement. You can now walk around in any direction independent of aiming. In fact, if this is your preferred method of gameplay, you can use it on any class, regardless of what weapon type you're using.
Just get a controller, you can do that
between
controller.
click to move or WASD at any time.
Nice shot.
You can only hold 2 crossbows at a time, but Path of Exile 2 is all about interesting
Yeah,
combinations
Devil
of
May Cry,
abilities.
pretty much
This is
two
where ammo
weapons,
skills
you just
come
switch them. That makes sense.
This is a burst shot crossbow, and right now I have armor piercing ammo equipped, which makes it very effective when
That's
facing a group of enemies, since it pierces right through them.
Yep.
But there are other ammos too. For a bigger single target, it might be a good idea to switch to incendiary.
That looks bad.
The more projectiles hit the target, the stronger the ignite, so you'll want to get up nice, close and personal with this one.
Controllers are the best.
If you have a bunch
Above
of
your
targets
dead body.
running
I
at
know,
you,
dude.
you might
Controllers
want
for
to
the win,
slow
man. Let's
down.
go.
In this case, you could switch to permafrost burst shot. Shooting a bunch of smaller enemies at range will chill them, and potentially even freeze them in place. Once you have some frozen enemies though, you can switch back to armor piercing. Shooting a frozen enemy with armor piercing burst shot will explode the ice, doing a huge amount of damage to
Yeah,
all
but
the
it's some
enemies.
variations. There may be like poison, some other procs as well, you know what I mean?
Another feature crossbows have is attachments. This is a grenade launcher.
Infrared.
As you can see, when I equip it, it appears on the underside of the crossbow. These attachments are just like skill gems, so you effectively get extra skill slots. And you can augment these with support gems, just like regular skills.
Yeah, man, that's dope. So you can definitely mix it up with like shred, explosions, fire, maybe something, add some more to it as well.
These grenades take a while to explode, so it's a good idea to pair them with some kind of crowd control, like permafrost burst shot.
But that's good when you have stuff like that. It takes a while because you can set up the play, especially in like a group play as well. You can set up the play. Oh, I'm gonna do a couple of bombs here, then pop up and do this. That's dope, man. It changes the gameplay up, man. It really does.
We have other grenades too, though. This attachment is a flash grenade. It does
Okay.
barely any damage, but it does a huge amount of stun.
Yep.
It can be a great opener before you run into combat.
Again, very good. Like more options. And the thing is, on a game like this, you don't always want to be doing one thing. You want to play and mix it up, make it so it doesn't get
Now,
stagnant.
here's another attachment.
That's
An
dope.
oil grenade.
Oil grenade.
Firing
okay.
one of these grenades coats the ground and nearby enemies in oil.
That's dope.
Oil slows enemies down, so it's another useful crowd control mechanic.
That's so dope. That's really good. That's really good. And then get the incendiary off as well. Set them all on fire.
Now, another thing that
Yeah,
oil can
that's
do
the
is
one.
be set on
Perfect.
fire. Any burning enemy or explosion will ignite the oil, causing extra burning damage.
Do any of you that play and control that? Or your mouse and keyboard players? Jokes aside.
One of the problems with burst shot crossbows is that each pellet doesn't do much damage individually. This means that if enemies have armor, then it will be very effective preventing that damage. But thankfully, you can equip an additional crossbow in your second weapon set
That's
to
it.
deal
So you
with the
mix it up.
weaknesses of
Literally
your
like I said,
primary
Devil May
weapon.
Cry, you get the shrapnel
This
on
is a
there.
rapid shot crossbow.
Or you do the
Rapid
first
shot is
proc.
great for closing on enemies
Yeah,
because you
that's
can
dope.
shoot while running.
That's
In
dope.
Path of Exile 2, we now have the ability to allow you to use some skills while moving. Being able to create skills like this opens up a lot of new design space.
That's
and
really
allows
cool.
us to really increase the pace of combat.
Exactly. Is this the first shooting class in the game?
The armor
Projectile
piercing
stuff.
version of Rapid Shot slowly erodes a monster's armor. Once the armor is fully broken, you can easily switch back to Burst Shot to deal much more damage.
Yeah, so you switch it up, man. Yeah, that's it. Just typical, like, that's the way you play a class like this. Use the one range gun, get the armor shredded first, get him vulnerable, then pop to the other gun, get the finish, man.
Being able to run while shooting
But
with Rapid Shot
putting
is
it up
also
like this
great
is
for when
really
you
good,
want to
man.
perform a fighting retreat.
Yeah. Okay. What's the action?
Using permafrost ammo with Rapid Shot is also useful if you need to retreat. When you shoot the ground, it creates ice crystals. If
That's
you draw
dope.
monsters back over these crystals, they explode, killing
Yes.
the monsters.
That's
It's
dope.
great if you want to set up a safe zone before pulling the
And then
next
you can
pack.
set off your grenades first, get him to chase through the ice, shred him that way, and kill him that way as well. That's dope. That's dope.
Slowing enemies down can come in handy if you want to use the
I
incendiary
have played games with controller, not
Using
ARPGs
this
though.
skill
I
requires
played
you
too
to
many
choke up a little
builds
bit
that
before it
controllers
fires.
not work well.
But as it continues to heat
No.
up, it will do more and more damage.
Eh? Oh, Theos is not in comparison to Theos. You basically saying there's no other gun classes? Is that what you're trying
It
to
has
say?
a really large clip size, so you can just keep firing and firing with it. But the other really useful feature is that when the crossbow is heated up, it adds extra fire.
I mean, on
damage
control,
to
I'm
any
good.
grenade you
I got
launch.
all the buttons I need, and I beat Uber Lilith, done all the stuff I need to do on Diablo. Same what as Beast with Last Epoch as well. But obviously, preference, what you prefer. I just prefer controller. But mouse keyboard's there if I need it as well. Right,
I've
that's
been using
golden.
explosive grenades
Something
here,
brand new
but
for
it
you
will work
guys.
equally
That's
as well
like Path
with
of
flash
Exile.
or oil grenades too. If you use it with oil grenades, the oil will catch fire immediately.
Do you see what I was mentioning earlier with the oil, the bombs? Yeah, man. This is awesome. This is awesome. You got ice rounds, oil rounds, shrapnel rounds, piercing. You got so many variations to play. Really cool. Really cool. If only there were some damage numbers on the screen, probably be better. No damage numbers. What is this game?
Another crossbow type that you can find is Power Shot.
Okay.
This one works just like a classic sniper rifle.
Ooh.
Use it with armor-piercing ammo and it will penetrate armor on targets. So it's a good idea to use
Let's
when
go.
something's really tough.
It's a bit like
Now, this skill has another
Rogue's
interesting interaction
piercing
with
shot.
armor break. If an enemy has its armor broken, then your Power Shot hits a weak spot and does a huge amount of single target damage, with a bunch of extra stun for good measure.
And this is just one class, can't wait for the beta. 100% dude.
Now, the incendiary version of Power Shot is more like a rocket launcher.
Ooh,
It
here
does
we
a
go.
big explosive blast at a distance.
Rocket launcher. That's dope, that's so dope. Really cool class,
One
man.
of the really useful features of this version is that you can explode any grenades that happen to be on the ground.
Yeah, even better, so you can get the settle first and then shoot it. Yep. Perfect.
This combo also works really well with Incendiary Rapid Shot. I'm going to charge up the heat on my crossbow, shoot out a bunch of grenades, and then start the fireworks
Yeah.
with a Power Shot.
Pow! Makes sense. You can't play a click to range build with control easily. You do some kind of hold until it gets to range.
The ice version of
Losing
Power Shot
movement
creates
time.
frost walls at
I'll
a
let you know a
distance.
secret.
This
Video
is great
played
for crowd
almost
controlling
D
monsters
through the
and tight
controller,
passages.
but it never happened if anybody else has. Oh, it's
The
alright,
vault
guys. Just
sequence
click
and
that,
other
click
uses
that
too.
screenshot.
If they
It
get
never happened,
destroyed by
Dragon. Don't worry, I got
monsters,
your
they'll
back.
explode, doing a small amount of damage.
Controller for the win. Let's go. Yeah, man. I mean, there's so many setups you could do, like with this. This is what's so cool about this, because you
Now,
could
remember that
play
burst shot combo
so
of
many
frozen
different
enemies
ways.
we did earlier?
Yep.
That works with ice walls too. Let's put
Nice.
burst shot back on.
Awesome.
Now I can fill up this area with ice walls and shoot them with armor-piercing burst shot for a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, exactly. And then when they get close to you, they can chase you with the ice as well. There you go. That's really cool, man. Really cool. Great job, great job. Controller gang, let's go.
Alright, it's time to face the boss for this area.
Oh, okay.
Let's see how we fare against her with all the skills I've shown you
Yeah,
so far.
this is where it will really come into fun. Boss fight. Overseer the matron. Alright, so he stunned him. Set him on fire. Okay. Yep. With the piercing. Laser, fire. Okay. Dope. So he hit 2 proxy. Or hit 2 targets. Walls again for the blockage. That's great. Them walls are really strong, man. The fact that the wall that could affect the boss or release is going to call it. That's awesome. Stun lock. Laser. Piercing shot, stun lock as well. He killed your underling, that's what he did. I mean, you're trying to kill the guy, what do you want him to do? Stand there and give you roses? Oh, double, triple, you got a quad there. Nice, big damage. Fatality.
And that's the Mercenary. It feels totally different than anything we've made before. It shows you the range of what's possible in Path of Exile 2.
This boss fight is slick. Absolutely, dude, absolutely. Very smooth transition. What I liked is as well, not saying it was easy, but he got to use all his abilities and he could kind of stun lock him to somewhat. So it was really good. Really good. That was dope.
We're going to be showing off a lot more about Path of Exile 2 as we approach its beta. But in the meantime, we've got a Path of Exile 1 expansion coming out next week.
Okay.
I'm going to hand over to Mark, also known as Neon, to show you what's in store for PoE1.
Thanks, Jonathan. Well, let's just go ahead and get straight on into it. Here's the trailer for Path of Exile Affliction.
Okay, Affliction, here we go.
Something moves in the mists. Something sinister. Thorn. Rot. Plague. And claw. The affliction spreads.
That was
It
dope.
hungers for more. Tread lightly in the wildwood, which shifts and fights. Accept our help, the ancient power of the Asmiri.
Warlock of the Mist.
Beware the spirits that yearn for freedom. And the heart of evil that waits in the dark.
Wild with assembly. 100 transfigured gems, 100 plus.
Ready yourself.
Ultimatum.
I will be waiting.
He looks cool. Feed me, Seymour. Affliction. Affliction looks sweet. After the skill gem nerfs across the board, not sure. I'm playing this league for sure. We'll see for how long. Absolutely. December 8th, 2023. Affliction is coming.
In the Affliction League, you will encounter sacred wisps, which beckon you to enter overgrown passageways that lead to the Viridian Wildwood.
Okay.
A vile affliction has covered this forest with a foreboding darkness. You will need to uncover the forest mysteries to put a stop to the source of the affliction. As you approach the darkness, the wisps burn away its affliction. Make sure you tread carefully, because they only have a limited amount of power. But be warned, the darkness is full of cursed monsters that emerge to kill you.
So it's basically like stepping into
As you
darkness.
explore, you
No,
might see other types of wisps trapped
it's
inside
the
darkness.
risk as well.
The Wildwood is trying to guide you towards clues about its affliction. Follow the trails of wisps by collecting them, and you may uncover many different secrets. New characters to find, shrines, boss battles, and all kinds of new encounters are lurking in the forest just waiting for you to discover. There are many rewards to earn for those brave enough to seek them.
He's going for the judgment cuts over here. Let's go.
When the sacred wisps run out of energy, they will return you back to where you came from. Any other types of wisps you have collected will return with you to Raycast.
Wisps for the win.
These wisps, having been saved from the affliction, disperse into the environment and inhabit randomly chosen monsters in the area, increasing their power and also
Look
their
at this
rewards.
wheel. Look at the
The
wheel.
different types of wisps have different effects on monsters, and sometimes more than one type will inhabit a single monster, making the fight even harder and even more rewarding.
Okay.
If this happens to a boss, you could be in for a tough fight. But if you can overcome it, your efforts will not be in vain.
Absolutely.
Primal Wisps grant an item rarity bonus to inhabited monsters.
Nice.
Wild Wisps grant an item quantity bonus, and Vivid Wisps cause them to drop currency items.
So Wisp basically
If a
just
monster gets all
modifiers
3 types,
on the
they'll
boss.
drop more items of a higher rarity and a lot of currency.
Nice. Ooh.
While exploring the Wildwood, you might find some of the last few Asmeri wanderers who have managed to survive in the forest since it was cursed. Each of them have different survival specializations. And they
Yeah,
are willing
dude,
to
it's
teach
funny
you
to
if
see
you
him, man.
agree to
It's
help
funny
them
to see it.
defeat the source of the Affliction, the King in the Mists. Choose which of the Asmeri that you will complete quests for to unlock one of 3 new Ascendancy classes, which you can have in addition to your regular Ascendancy class.
Ascendancy on top of the regular one. Okay.
Up to 8 points for these
Primacy,
classes are
Magi,
unlocked as you complete
and
more
Warlock.
quests for the Asmeri you are training under. The Warden of Eves can teach you to become a Warden of the Magi, a powerful class that takes advantage of wilderness knowledge. A Warden of the Magi can learn to use tinctures which coat their weapon, granting various powerful effects. You can equip tinctures in your flask slots and toggle them on and off at will. You can only have one enabled at a time.
The
but
Cleaver
effects are
solution
quite
from last
conditional,
epoch,
so you
let's
may
go.
want to have more than one equipped and swap between them during combat.
This is the same as a current mechanic
For
core
example,
possession, just
equip
right
the
up.
Ironwood tincture to gain the benefit of always stunning enemies on full life.
Yeah, you can see the stun so quick as well in the slash.
Tinctures can also get random mods. This one in particular adds stacks of wither to targets on full life and steals frenzy charges on hit, which makes it great as an initiator. When you are fighting rare monsters or finishing off tough bosses, you will want to swap to the Oak Branch tincture, which grants Culling Strike, increased damage against enemies
Again,
on low
that
life,
just looks like the
and has a
Bengari
chance to
from
steal
the
a
last
mod from
epoch.
rare enemies
The
you kill.
same thing, but not in a bad way. Cool
You can buy
monsters.
more tinctures from the Warden of Eves using Primal Wisps when you find her in the forest, so keep an eye out for her. As a Warden of the Magi gains more Ascendancy points, they gain access to more skills that let them further specialize in tinctures. For example, Nature's Concoction allows you to invest in having your tinctures enhance your flasks. This Ascendancy skill makes it important to think about which slots your tinctures are placed in, and what flasks they are adjacent to. You'll have better uptime on those flasks and they'll be stronger as a result. But there are plenty more skills to choose even if you don't want to engage with tinctures. For
Okay.
example, another new ability to unlock is Barkskin.
Oh, bark.
It's a reservation skill that causes bark to grow all over your body, increasing armor. As you take damage, the bark falls off, increasing your evasion.
Yeah, that's dope.
Over time, the bark will grow back, removing the evasion bonus but increasing your armor again.
Yeah, so keep recurring them over and over.
The Breaker of Oaths can teach you to become a Warlock of the Mists, an Ascendancy class specializing in the darker arts of the Asmeri. One powerful ability you can choose is Blood Hunt, which grants an active skill called Ravenous.
Ravenous for the win.
This skill lets you see what type a monster is under its life bar,
Cutting Strike
whether it
is
is a
also
demon,
a skill
beast,
gem.
undead, construct, or
Right,
humanoid.
Can apply ability to
Consuming a
cause
corpse
some
with the skill
monsters,
gives
can
a
be
buff to damage against that type
820
of
health.
monster, and reduces damage taken by it.
Oh, it's a bit like the
You can only
reserve
have
for the other
one
thing
type
as well.
active at a time, so it's a good idea to choose wisely for the area that you are in. Some bosses, like the Maven, are eldritch in nature and don't conform to the regular corpses that you
Might be
have
something
access
new,
to.
I don't know.
But don't worry. The Breaker of Oaths has a shop where you can trade wild wisps for corpses that you can place on the ground wherever you are. Buy an Eldritch Corpse and you'll be able to get the bonus while fighting
the
Eldritch
same one
entities
from last
like
time.
the Maven. You may notice that most of the corpses he sells are not monsters you normally encounter.
Oh, again, bit like last epoch, the ride node where you kill something under
Take advantage
15%.
of some
Makes
of the unique
sense.
abilities that
Let's
these
go, last
monsters have.
epoch.
The Warlock of the Mists gets access to many other abilities. For example, there is a trio of curses that you can pick from. One of these curses targets your minions, giving them life degen and making them explode for massive damage when they are near death. One of them prevents enemies from dealing damage for the latter portion of its duration, which is quite powerful against bosses. This curse creates the interesting build decision
How many
whether
half
you
for the
should
week?
increase curse duration or reduce it. The final curse is a mark that causes enemy phantasms to be spawned when you hit the marked enemy. These phantasms aren't on your side, so they work well with on-hit and on-kill trigger effects, for example.
They're not on your side, so they won't chase you down after.
The Primal Huntress can teach you to become a wildwood
This is big. The being almost can kill most builds.
Unlike the other newer
like a one-shot
the
mechanic.
Primal Huntress lets you customize your tree. You do this with charms that you can buy from the Primal Huntress for Vivid Wisps. Charms have randomly generated mods, which give stats from regular Ascendancy classes, allowing you to create your own hybrid Ascendancy class. Charms are magic items that are aligned with different attributes. So for example, this Ursine charm
you basically
is
get to know if it's killing you and move like 0.5 seconds.
Stat from the champion.
There are probably some people that have done some stuff with it as well, so it'd be cool to see the tech around it when it's built as well.
This interline Corvine charm lets you get the stat that makes your consecrated ground effects linger from the Inquisitor.
It's funny, Monster Hunter, just a quick side topic, there was a beam that we thought we couldn't block. I ended up blocking it then. So once we figured out we could block it, we found more tech. So it's always good to test stuff out and find new tech on the game. A lot of fun.
Even if you are not playing as a Primalist.
Or a way around it at least.
As a Primalist, you also get access to a few other interesting abilities. Use war cries next to corpses and they have a chance to drop an extra item.
That's dope. That's a
It
good
opens
one.
nearby chests too.
That's another good one. Just to open
The
stuff and
Primalist
get
also
money.
gets access to a small extra backpack, just in case you find yourself needing to cart more items to town during your map runs.
Can't go wrong with that. A few more extra stash.
If you are unhappy with the class you picked, or you just happen to find a really great item for another one of the classes, you are able to change which class you are using next time you find one of the Asmeri Wanderers.
That's cool.
Just remember that you will have to do their quests in order to gain the Ascendancy points for that class.
Yeah, of course.
These quests will lead you towards the ultimate goal of the Asmeri: finding the King in the Mist,
Spin to win.
defeating him, and cleansing the forest of its affliction once and for all. There are new uniques to find, rewards to claim, and new Ascendancy classes to master in the Affliction League. Now that we've covered what's in the League, let's talk about some of the changes you can expect to the
Oh, that
core
was
game
that
in
ultimatum
3.2.
guy from earlier they mentioned. The
For a
picture of
start,
him.
Ultimatum is finally
I know my
going
stuff,
for.
see that? Already I know all the
Exile
character
Code
names.
is
Let's
the number
go.
one feature that people
I
request.
told you folks, I pay attention.
When playing through in-game maps, you may sometimes encounter the Trial Master, who offers you a choice to undertake a deadly Val trial in exchange for great rewards. If you defeat the trial, he offers to go double or nothing with you. Do you take the risk and go for an even better reward, or do you take the winnings you have already earned off the table and go home?
That's dope. It's
We've
like
done
on
a
the
full
fly as
rebalance
well.
of
That's really
Ultimatum
cool.
and have added many new
That's
mods
really
and
cool.
rewards, including both new and reworked uniques.
Yeah, man.
The base number of rounds for an
Look at
ultimate
these
trial is
uniques.
now
Look at
always
these
10,
uniques.
with a chance to
Look
score
at
the
the
Trial Master
stats.
boss fight on the 10th round, if you are able to make it
Attributes.
that far.
Raries.
As part of
That's really
323, we have also removed Metamorph from the game. All the Catalyst rewards from Metamorph have now been moved to be rewards for Ultimatum. We have also added a new Val-themed Catalyst that works on corrupted items. As is normal for
Ultimatum is
most
sweet,
content
mate. Absolutely,
creators,
absolutely,
in-game,
dude.
we have introduced new Ultimatum passive
At the end of the day,
skills to
getting
the
new
app
skills,
system.
getting new ability, you got to risk it. It's more fun factor as well. You know
One
that
great
gamble.
example is the Keystone Grueling Gauntlet. It makes ultimatums last 3 extra rounds, but you cannot choose the modifiers, and it prevents
That's
the
it,
final
dude. That's
Trial
it, dude.
Master
You
boss
keep
fight
offering you
from
more and more
spawn.
till you get greedy per
The
se.
level of
But
challenge
at the
becomes
same time,
extreme during the last
you
3
basically
rounds.
play him at his
Not
own
being
game.
able to choose the modifiers
Get
makes
something
it
godly.
hard.
Now I'll run it
The
back
rewards
to you
are
next time.
insane.
Let
For
me
those
taste
with
it now.
very
I'll whoop
high
your ass next
characters,
time. Give me some
it
better
might be a
next
bit
time. Let's go.
worth making. There are lots of other Atlas passive skills you can pick from for Ultimatum, so choose wisely.
Now, it's
Really
time
cool
to talk
system.
about one of the largest
That's a
metagame
really cool
changes
system.
we've ever made. There were 3 systems in Path of Exile that were all trying to subtly modify the behavior of skills. These were alternate quality gems, labyrinth helmet enchants, and unique threshold jewels. We've combined all of these together to create a new system called Transfigured Gems that allows us to fully achieve the goal of these 3 systems and then some.
Transfigured gems are alternative versions of existing skill gems that have different functionality and balance from their regular version.
That's dope with the arrows in the background. Remember that classic? That was dope. You got like floating bow and arrow shooting. That was dope. Super dope.
For example, Frostbomb of Instability.
This is cool.
It changes it from a cooldown skill that you can cast occasionally for a large explosion into a skill that you can cast continuously but deals less damage and doesn't apply cold exposure. It changes the role of Frostbomb from a utility skill into a main damaging skill.
Yeah, of course it does. That's dope.
Another example is Detonate Dead of Scavenging. You can't use it on corpses that were created by Desecrate or Unearth, but in exchange it does a whole lot more damage. You won't be able to use it as your main reliable
Causing
source
to
of damage,
explode.
but it's a great skill to use as a Falling utility to get some extreme burst damage. Raise Zombie of Falling. Instead of raising a zombie from a corpse, you summon them from midair. They fall to their death, dealing AoE damage with
This is funny.
While this sounds like a physical damage version of
Falling
Fire,
zombies.
you should consider that it scales with minion damage and also triggers on-death minion effects. Blight of Contagion. This version of Blight is now spread by Contagion, so you can use it as part of your Essence Drain build.
That's a nice mist effect.
We have a huge number of these. Transfigure Firestorm into Firestorm with Meteors, Transfigure Blade Trap into Blade Trap of Great Swords, Transfigure Barrage into Barrage of Volley Fire, and so on. There is a lot to experiment
This is the thing that tossed all the skills into question land. They took, for instance, a skill before that got 20% more damage, quality of maintenance increased the area instead.
That can modify your skill and support gems.
Now, this is one of the gem video totally went to making.
One of the options you can now choose is to turn a skill gem into one of 3 transfigured
Oh,
gems.
that's what I'm saying. You see, I saw it. I said like that falling from the sky. Like, how funny is that?
It has a lot of other gem crafting options.
That alone is cool.
For example, you can add quality
It
to
seems
gems,
like they're trying to.
add experience to
It seems like
gems,
they're trying to spread out the
sacrifice a gem
content.
for one or more treasure keys to open
If they're
desired
nerfing
chests,
damage,
and you can even
and they're adding more ways to do it, it sounds like they're buying time, or they're giving more ways to play.
These are
Then
just some of the
anything
options
more.
you'll find the
Not a
device
knock at it.
options
I'm just
now
saying that's what it looks
In
like
order
they're
to
doing.
replace the rewards and heist that previously gave alternate quality gems, we have done a rebalance of the rewards of heist as well. Experimented base types have been rebalanced. New replica uniques have been added and old ones changed, and we have increased the amount of currency from display cases as well.
Dexterity, endurance.
On top of this, we have gone through and buffed the quality stats on most damage dealing skills. In most cases, they will be significantly more powerful than before, and also more interesting. Overall, this is one of the largest metagame shifts that we've ever done. There are so many crazy new skill combinations to plan around, so we expect to see some really interesting new builds.
This is a cool build.
Next up, I'd like to hand back over to Chris to talk about the new supporter packs.
Good night.
At this point, we usually talk about the League supporter packs. We're doing things a bit
Okay,
differently this
support
year.
packs for the win.
Rather than releasing League supporter packs today and then our annual core packs 2 weeks later, we've combined it all together into a strong set of core supporter packs that will be released alongside Path of Exile Affliction next week.
Okay.
The series contains 5 packs.
Surf's
each with
up,
its full
dude.
value of
Man's on a
points and a
surfboard,
collection of
let's go.
exclusive cosmetic microtransactions. The higher packs contain physical merchandise. We'll unveil the full details of each of the packs at release next week. But in the meantime, here's a sneak peek of some of their exclusive cosmetic
Push the
microtransactions.
wheel.
These packs will be available for purchase when Path of Exile Affliction launches on the 8th of December.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your ongoing support.
Alright. Oh, you got slammed by the hand?
We're just about to start the Q&A with Ziggy D.
Alright, Q&A
Afterwards, we'll
coming up.
post Path of Exile Affliction's full patch notes.
Ziggy D.
With the release at the end of next week, our community team will be posting crucial information you'll need for Affliction's release. Keep an eye on the news. On release weekend, we expect to launch the new mystery box and this season's Kyric's Vault Pass. Thanks for joining us today and checking out our latest developments. We're looking forward to exploring the Viridian Wildwood with you next week. We'll begin the Q&A shortly, so please get your questions ready.
Alright, thank you Path of Exile for that cool information. I've never played the game, but there you go folks. That is Path of Exile, like I said, recommended by my great community members. Mr. Lord Behemoth, Mr. Tubby and Mr. Dragon. They are passionate about the game, so they do recommend stuff and content for me to watch. But that was fun, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Links will be in the description below. Like I said, and you guys know, I love Last Epoch, but I'm very open-minded to other games, and I'm always willing to look at other games, tech and knowledge, and share that with the community. And in my community alone, I have Diablo people, I have Last Epoch people, as well as Path of Exile, Grim Dawn, and all sorts of ARPG players. But overall, we're all universal, we're all looking at different games, we all have fun. So yeah, links will be in the description below. If you enjoy the content that much, you can post in the comments below. If you want me to check out anything else, any of the trailers, or we can even look at the Ziggy D questions possibly. If you want that, and then that covers that for you. But again, thanks for the time, thanks for everything. So if you want to support my Twitch channel in any way, shape or form, you can sub, you can gift a sub, you can tip, you can donate. If you want to support my YouTube channel in any way, shape or form, you can like the video, you can comment on the video, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. And wherever you are, have a good morning, have a good night, have a good evening. I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for everything. Take it easy, and peace out, folks.